Do you have anything you would like to say to Kyle going into this huge matchup?
We just got done playing basketball. I'm going to do the same thing I did to you during basketball and whoop your ass this week.
Hey!
That's all I got to say.
Let's go! Walkerson here, and it is time for the playoffs. You heard it here first, folks. It's the 2020 Western Fantasy League playoffs. They're happening now, and I'm so excited. I mean, going into it, it was crazy, intense, everything that happened. It was insane. I can't even believe it happened, all right? All right, so first of all, let's just go over the matchups. This is the Week 13 matchups, all right, folks? First, we had Are You Feeling It Now playing Hilaire, all right? Hilaire pretty much had a 99% chance of getting into the playoffs. But if Are You Feeling It Now beat Hilaire, he gets a bye. If Samurai Santa beats Walmart's Bitch, all right? So it didn't matter because Hilaire beat Are You Feeling It Now for the first time. For the second time, I mean. He beat him for the second time. The only person to beat Are You Feeling It Now 2 times this year. All right? 150 to 107, all right? Next, we had Samurai Santa going up against Walmart's Bitch. And this one, if Walmart's Bitch won, he gets a bye for the playoffs. If Samurai Santa won, he gets a bye for the playoffs only if Hilaire beats Are You Feeling It Now? And that's what happened, all right, folks? So Samurai Santa is number 2 in the league. He's getting a bye, all right? 142 to 104. Next, we got Beer Bitch going up against Keep Up With the Joneses, and this one didn't really matter. Beer Bitch was leading for most of the time until the very end, and then the number 1 fantasy manager in the league, came up with the win. 151, 122, 11-2 on the season, folks. Last time someone went into the playoffs in the Western Fantasy League with a 11-2 record, he got put out first round of the playoffs. That's not going to happen this year because he's got a bye, but something to think about. Next, we got the matchup of the week. I'm going to save that for last, all right? But anyway, the next one, we got It'll Be Fine against Sportsball 69. Good rhyme right there. I like that. It's going to be Sportsball 69 beating It'll Be Fine on that one. 149 to 116. All right, folks. Next, we got matchup of the week, folks. If Kyle, the back-to-back champ, wins this matchup, he goes to the playoffs. If Jake Bell wins this matchup, he goes to the playoffs. It's a winner-take-all, winner-loser goes home matchup, folks, all right? And it came down to the very, very last game. I mean, it was crazy. It's absurd. I can't believe it came out like this, but that's what happened. All right, folks. Final score. Lamar the Merrier scoring the most points he scored all year. Kyle Tucker, most points he scored. Top three most points he scored, all right? Thanks for donating. Loses 162, 183. The back-to-back champ is in the losers bracket. He ain't going to be the back-to-back-to-back champ. You heard it here first, folks, all right? All right, now let's go over the playoff picture, folks. This week, everyone in the losers bracket, they get a bye, all right? They get a bye. Bye-bye, see you later, all right? They get to, rest their heads for a little bit because they might be serving up beers the night of the end party. Who knows? I don't really know what the punishment will be, but that's one of the options, and I'm pretty sure everyone else likes that option a lot. All right, next we got so there's 2 buys in the winners bracket. It's going to be the number 1 manager and the number 2 manager. So keep up with the Joneses. He's got a bye. Samurai Santa barely came back up and got a bye. After going on a 3-game losing streak, he finally won one that mattered, the very last one. So first round, we got Are You Feeling It Now going up against Hilaire for the 3rd time this year. They just played last week, folks. And now they're going up against each other in the playoffs. Last year, Hilaire beat Are You Feeling It Now to go to the playoffs. Whoever won that game went to the playoffs pretty much. So last year, Hilaire was 6th going into the playoffs. This year, Hilaire went up against Are You Feeling It Now week 13. If Are You Feeling It Now won, he got a bye. If Hilaire won, he gets 5th instead of 6th. So that's what happened. Hilaire won. He is 5th, and now he's going to play Are You Feeling It Now back-to-back weeks. Folks, I can't make this stuff up. I mean, it just happens like that. It doesn't make any sense. All right, next we got Walmart's bitch taking on Lamar the Merrier, folks. And Lamar the Merrier had the game of the year, his game of his life. I mean, he hasn't scored that many points all year. I think the most points he has scored is about 158, something like that. When it counted, when he needed to, he scored 183 points. That is just unheard of. It's absurd. It did help that Darren Waller was playing against the New York Jets because they're trying to get a draft pick, folks. Let's just admit it. That's what they're doing down there. But it doesn't look good. Projections are 150 to 127. His projected scores all year have been about 127. So it's tough. But I'm going to go ahead and give you predictions, all right, folks? There's only 2 games this week, 2 matchups. Everyone else is on a bye. I'm taking Are You Feeling It Now against Hilaire. All right? And I'm taking Jamal against Lamar the Merrier. I'm taking the higher seeds. Look, folks, they're higher seeds for a reason. I mean, and these two just don't usually. I mean, folks, Lamar the Merrier, he don't score a lot of points. I mean, he's done it all year. I don't know how the hell he scored 183, but he did, and now he don't have to worry about being a beer bitch, folks. But I don't see it happening 2 weeks in a row for sure. Most certainly, if Christian McCaffrey comes back, you can go ahead and kiss it goodbye. Sorry, Jake, but we're real glad that you beat out the back-to-back champ, but I do not see it happening. I'm taking Walmart's a bitch. And Are You Feeling It Now? You heard it here first. Let's go to the playoffs. Walker Walkerson here. I'm here with Johnny Moore. That's Sports Ball 69, if you couldn't tell. All right, Johnny. Everyone in the Western Fantasy League is relieved. Can you tell us all why?
Because I fucked Kyle right in the ass.
That is one reason, but the biggest reason is so did Jake, and he is now out of the playoffs. The back-to-back champ will not keep that belt one more year. How does that make you feel, Johnny?
I kind of like it. He was getting pretty cocky, so it needed to happen.
I think everyone else in the league liked it a lot too, Johnny. All right, now, can you take us through what happened in that week? It was week 12. If Kyle beat you that week, he pretty much sealed
another victory, right?
Another victory that would take him closer to getting into the playoffs. I think he would have clinched a playoff spot pretty much if he won in that bout. So tell me, what happened in that matchup? What helped you get the victory?
Well, Tyreek Hill, he came out of retirement finally and went the fuck off, which basically led to my victory. Ultimately, scored about 57 points, I believe. More rushing yards than any player of, ever.
Receiving yards. But yeah.
Whatever. Sports ball.
His 3 wide receivers that week scored 20, 27, and 57. So you can pretty much say that's what helped him win that victory. The worst thing about it is Kyle's team scored the most points in the last 2 weeks that he scored all year, and he lost both weeks.
Wasn't enough for Sports Ball 69.
All right, Johnny, now you are in the bottom four.
Right.
The bottom four, they have a bye this week. Get you ready to, fight.
Training, eating exercises, more training, karate, all that.
So you're not going to rest your players this bye week. You're just going to go haul ass, kick ass, and you're going to take a W?
A day of rest is a loss in my book. So,
all right. Well, Johnny, do you think you're going to win your first match? I think you play Carson Cheatham. Is that correct? You play Carson Cheatham in the first round of the losers bracket. If you win, you do not have to worry about playing in the shit bowl. Are you worried?
Not at all. If I lost, I would give up my job as coach and probably just go home. So,
all right. Well, you'd be able to do that after you do the punishment, of course. Hey, I'm here with Jamal Caldwell. He's the manager of Walmart's Bitch. Okay, Jamal. Last week, you were fighting for a bye. If you won and Evan lost, you got the bye. If you lost and Evan lost,
Dalton.
Samurai Santa got the bye. Turns out that's what happened. Samurai Santa got a bye. Probably none of us wanted that to happen, but I mean, that's just how it is, all right? Jamal, you're going to play Jake Bell this week. He barely squeezed a win out. Kyle scored the most points he scored all year.
Yeah.
Well, second most. Last week was his first most, and he lost still. But last week, he scored the most, one of the best games he's had all year.
Oh, yeah.
But Jake scored the most points he scored all year.
Yeah.
Whole year. Probably ever in his life.
Probably.
183 to 162. You already heard it. I already went over the update, all right? Jamal, you lost to Jake. Was it the week before or the week before that?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, you lost to Jake. 139 to about 134.
Yep.
How do you see this matchup going?
It's not going to go that way this time. McCaffrey should be back. I honestly think that alone puts me over Jake, and because Waller's not going to score 45 again, not going to have him, so he's going to go back to 130, and I'm going to go back to 150. Easy. Next round.
Jake has only scored over 140 points about 3 times, and last week was one of them.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm very glad. I think everyone's very glad that Jake took the W last week and pushed the back-to-back champ out. Yeah, how happy are you to see that the back-to-back champ is not in playoff contention?
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful because now I get to put my name on the belt and take it home. So, it works for me. Great.
Jamal says he's going to go into this week, beat Jake Bell. Then next week, he's going to beat Samurai Santa's ass.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go into the championship game. And he's going to win that too. He's going to put his name on the West Third Fantasy League championship belt. Is that correct?
Oh, that's right. 100%.
You heard it here first. Oh, hey, Kyle. What happened? You said you were going to win the whole thing again. Week 13, you're going to make it into the playoffs.
And then I'm going to win it all.
Are you going to make it? Are you going to remember what I said when I said, no way, you're not going to win 3 years in a row? Well, guess what? I was fucking right. I was fucking right. You know what would really be funny, though? If you were beer bitch in your own house. That'd be hilarious. Just so everyone knows, yes, the end party is at Kyle's house this year. And yes, there is a chance that Kyle, the back-to-back champ, no longer he's giving that belt away. He could be the beer bitch in his own house, depending on whoever wins. And all I'm going to say is, if I win, someone's being a beer bitch. That's all I'm saying. All right, Sam. Last year, you beat me to kick me out of the playoffs. You went to the playoffs. You were number 6,
barely got in. This year, you barely got in. You're number 5 this year, but you barely got in. And what the fuck did you do? Somehow, you were the only team that beat me 2 times. And you took my chance of getting a first round bye away from me. So guess what, Sam? Kick your ass like I did last year in Madden with 2 40s on my fucking hand.